which has large assignments as Director, Consumer Affairs. She's a member of several international mechanisms. She's the immediate past president of Nigerian Internet Registration Association, the managers of she convenes and coordinates the Nigerian Internet Governance Forum and chairs the local multi-stakeholder advisory group of the Nigerian IGF. She is also the coordinator for West African Internet Governance Forum. She was the host and chair of the African IGF 2015 held in Nigeria. She is the chairperson of the working group for the development of African Internet Governance Forum Charter to be presented at this meeting. Thank you.
I need my members to be here. Unfortunately, go get Reader. He has to be here. Because we need to just end by the time we are supposed to end. No extension of time. So, good morning, Africa. Okay, now I just want to say that those of you that were at the Internet Governance Forum in Addis Ababa 2015, at the end of the forum, we demanded for a charter. We asked AUC to ensure that we have a charter that will govern what we do here. At the end of the meeting, AUC decided to form a working group, and I was asked to chair the working group. The working group is a multi-stakeholder in nature, so that we can abide by the spirit of the WSIS and the IGF. So in that way, next slide, please. Well, the charter is divided into sections. One of them is the Genesis section, and that Genesis section talks about how it all started. And I've already told you that the African Internet Governance Charter was registered or requested by participants of the 4th African Internet Governance Forum held in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, from 6th to the 8th of September. Next slide. What was it? To solicit and collect input and comments. I've told you that a working group was formed, and the working group worked so hard to make sure that the charter is done. So we started from the second, from May 2016 to sit, and we sat monthly to produce a draft. This draft was published by African Union, AUC, or the Secretariat on September the 3rd, for 3 weeks. And we asked for input from everyone. Next slide, please. Community members were asked to make input on this, on the published draft. Can we go to the draft, please, and see? Okay, so first we'll see that I've already told you about the Genesis. That is the table of contents. Next. Scroll down. The genesis. Okay. I've told you about the genesis and we have published the draft. Next is the background. The background, we needed to bring back how IGF, what is the background of the IGF. And in that case, we looked at the build on the we were building on the United Nations Millennium Development Goals and considering the mandate given to the second phase of the world of the WISIS. The Internet Governance Forum, IGF, is a United Nations led activity. That's what I want you to understand. It's a United Nations led activity initiated in 2006 as a global platform for multi-stakeholder policy dialogue on prevailing and emerging issues on internet governance for fostering the sustainability, robustness, security, stability, and development of the internet. Scroll down. What's the mandate of the IGF? That we know from paragraph 17 to 28 of the WISIS agenda or Tunis agenda. You will see the mandate and go down the mandate. I won't bore you with the mandate because it's something we know already. Let's go down to scroll down. Then we get to paragraph 80. The paragraph 80 is where we base our mandate. We encourage the development of multi-stakeholder processes at the national, regional, and international levels to discuss and collaborate on the expansion and diffusion of the internet as a means to support development efforts to achieve internationally agreed development goals and objectives, including the Millennium Development Goals. Now it is the Sustainable Development Goals. So there's a note there, you can see it. Scroll down. This mandate was extended. It was 5 years, went to 10 years, and it has been extended in 2015. If you look at B says, following the first 5 years successful delivery of the mandate of the IGF, the international community decided to extend the IGF mandate for another 5 years, covering the period 2011 to 2015. After that, C, it was also extended in 2015 for another 10 years. We're hoping that it will, by the time we finish, we report on what has happened by 2025. It might be indefinite extension. We're hoping that it will happen. Then we also looked at the preliminary notes. In the context of Africa IGF, the term multi-stakeholder, sorry, I've become, so the term multi-stakeholderism refers to the meaningful and accountable participation and inclusion of all stakeholders in the process of the African Internet Governance Forum. It includes the following stakeholders. Government. Do we have government here? Yeah, government. It will include government. We are from government, please. Yeah, I know people from Nigeria, they came from government, yes. Private sector, we have private sector people. They are here. Aficta is here, full. And we have civil society. Our civil society colleagues, then the academia. Yeah, doctor, has doctor left? He's there. So those from academia, they are here. The African regional organization like NEPAD and all the regional organizations, it also includes the technical community. Those from CCTLD, yeah, CCTLD, yes, okay. And Barak is here representing the Organization for Africa. Then the technical community and the youth. You saw what our youth have done. Yeah, we are youth in the house. Let's hear. So those are the people that constitute the stakeholders, and we'll see there will be affiliations. B, the respective roles and responsibility of the stakeholders should be interpreted in a flexible manner with reference to the issue under discussion. But C, participation to the Africa IGF will be on individual basis, while participants may identify with a stakeholder group. It's individual, but you can identify with a stakeholder group. The Africa IGF Multi-Stakeholder Advisory Group, AF-IGF MAG members are volunteers who are selected on personal merit. However, in selecting members of the MAG, every stakeholder group and the 5 sub-regional sub-regions should be represented as much as possible. The role of the MAG is to assist the African Union Commission in organizing the annual Africa IGF meetings and to prepare the relevant content. F, the linkage between the African IGF and the sub-regional IGFs is based on strong and continuous relationships between the Africa IGF Secretariat and members of the Africa IGF MAG who are at the same time members of their respective sub-regional IGFs. Then we looked at the background. We are on the background now. The background. I think I also showed it in my what's it called, my PowerPoint. So I won't bother about the PowerPoint. You can, it will be uploaded on the website, so you look at it. Background. Yeah, that's it. Okay, let's go back to let's go back. The background contains, let's go. Background, please. Background. Okay, well, we'll be looking at the fundamental principles, the objectives, and the procedures. So let's go to the charter itself, please. So, background of the African Internet Governance Forum. A, the AFI, the African Internet Community contributed significantly to the WSIS process and to the implementation of its output, especially with regard to Internet governance, hosting 2 global IGFs in Egypt, 2009. Open. The Africa IGF shall, in keeping with the Global Internet Governance Forum, be open. All entities, organizations, and participating institutions which are Internet governance stakeholders shall be free to join the forum. B, multi-stakeholder. At all points, effort shall be made to encourage all categories of stakeholders to actively participate in the forum. Language diversity. The Africa IGF, to the measure of its capacity, shall strive to maintain language diversity based on the working languages of African Union in each operation. Given budgetary constraints, at least English and French will be used. As the African Union Commission announced yesterday, if we come to your country and you're able to provide the 3rd language, all well and good, we will accept that. Transparent. The stakeholders shall strive to be open in communications, in decisions, and in their implementations. Clear understanding of the Internet governance process for sustainability in engagement of all stakeholders shall be the aim of the AFIGF. So scroll down. What are the objectives? 1, the specific objectives of the Africa Internet Governance Forum are: 1, to raise greater awareness and support users' capacities in the field of internet governance to ensure good preparation for African stakeholders to contribute and interact at the global level. 2, or B, to ensure that Africa's interests and voices in global internet governance forum and at regional and international levels are well formulated, we articulate it, we understand, and will be taken into consideration. C, to develop coordinated regional action plan and facilitate international exchanges on issues pertinent to internet governance in Africa. D, to boost and facilitate the participation of the African stakeholders in specialized regional and international forums on internet governance. E, to promote and encourage the establishment of national IGFs. The other day, we talked about the national IGFs, to create and maintain dialogues among all stakeholders on ICT for development issues and facilitate the country's participation in regional IGFs processes as well as global IGFs. There's a footnote there, you can read that. To promote access to information and knowledge, content development, and the use of African language in the cyberspace. And finally, to promote the use of ICTs and internet for accelerating the socio-economic development of the continent. What are the procedures? 3.3 procedures. Africa IGF is open to all stakeholder groups who would like to participate in its activities. There are no registration or participation fees to AFIGF. The Secretariat is not obliged to fund participation of stakeholders. Then we go to the process itself. Okay? We have done with the background. We have looked at the process. The process, there are about four parts of the process. But you read my presentation on the PowerPoint on the website. Let's go back to our. Let's go back. Good. No, let's go back to our draft agenda. Yes, the processes. How does it work? What do we do? So the African annual meeting, the Africa IGF annual meeting. The AFIGF is held annually, preferable in different countries within one of the 5 African sub-regions, ideally on rotational basis. Mark that, please. The AFIGF meeting is chaired by the host country, supported by the Secretariat and the MAC chairperson. C, the AFIGF annual meetings are organized in plenary and breakout sessions, depending on topics identified by the MAG through stakeholders consultation. D, side events and pre-events may be organized in the context of the annual AFIGF in accordance with guidelines to be established by the MAG. E, AFIGF report will be produced at the end of each meeting. F, a summary shall be produced for each workshop, breakout, and plenary session. Workshop organizers are responsible for producing their report, while plenary and breakout sessions are the responsibility of the MAG. G, the host country may organize an exhibition during the annual AFIGF meeting in accordance with the side event and pre-event guidelines, because guidelines will be developed on how to do that. And it's important that we note that. Then 4.2, the nominating committee. We are proposing a nominating committee to the AFIGF MAG. What would it be? What would be the composition of the non-com? The AFIGF nominating committee is composed of members from the AUC, the sub-regional representatives, and 1 African regional institution. Their role, or the roles and function. The role of the AFIGF nominating committee is to appoint 10 MAG members among candidates from all African countries for a period of 2 years. 4.3, the AFIGF multi-stakeholder advisory committee, that is advisory group, sorry, the AFIGF MAG, we call it the AFIGF MAG. What is it? What is the composition? Membership of the MAG shall be drawn from individuals, please note that individuals representing relevant African government institutions, civil society, academia, technical community, private sector, and youth, just as we have listed already. B, the AFIGF MAG is composed of 1, the conveners of the 5 African sub-regional IGFs, North, South Africa, East Africa, West Africa, and Central Africa. So the conveners will be members of the MAG. There will be also 10 members appointed among candidates from all African countries by the nominating committee for a mandate of 2 years. 3, 1 member designated by the African Union Commission. 4, 1 member designated by an African regional intergovernmental organization. Then C, regional African organization or African-based international organization may also participate in the activities of the MAG, so they are welcome. The MAG shall select a chairperson and a general reporter, taking into consideration a reasonable rotation of the responsibilities among the 5 African sub-regions and stakeholder categories. E, the AFIGF MAG members serve on a voluntary and pro bono basis. Nobody is going to be paid if you're a MAG member. F, AFIGF MAG members serve in their personal capacity, but are expected to have extensive linkages with their respective stakeholder groups. 4.3.2, roles and functions. MAG will coordinate the preparation of the annual meeting of the AFIGF. 3, in coordination with the Secretariat, the AFIGF MAG may also contribute to marketing of the annual forum and sourcing of financial and technical partners as collaborators. So that's another one. Then 4, the MAG will review proposal of amendment to this charter, because there should be a possibility that members might or participants might propose amendment. 4.3.3, duration of mandate. The composition of the AFIGF MAG is announced at the end of each even year's meeting. We are in 2017. So the MAG will be announced in 2018. The duration of the MAG mandate is meant normally for 2 years. After the first renewal, 5 members will be retained for another 10 term, while the remaining 5 will retire. Subsequently, the longest serving members will retire at the end of each term. The mandate ends following the announcement of the new MAG. If the new MAG is announced, the mandate ends. Former MAG members are eligible for reappointment after 2 years break. You can break for 2 years. You are eligible for reappointment. B, the new MAG would be inaugurated at an annual AFIGF meeting and shall commence sitting within 2 months of the announcement or the inauguration. 4.3.4 Organization of the MAG activities. To facilitate the annual AFIGF preparation, the AFIGF MAG and the AFIGF Secretariat will put in place the following 4 specialized committees: Program Committee, Fellowship and Sponsorship Committee, Communication and Outreach Committee, and Exhibition Committee. B, the AFIGF MAG chairperson and the AFIGF Secretariat may create other committees and working groups led by the AFIGF MAG members and may court volunteers from the community. Committees and working groups will further be established based on needs in accordance with the requirement of the annual AFIGF preparatory process. Such committees and working groups are set up on ad hoc basis only. 4.4, we go to the Secretariat. Hosting of the Secretariat of AFIGF. The AFIGF Secretariat shall be composed of a lean setup comprising a coordinator, desk officer, and a seasonal volunteers, including interns and fellows, especially the youth. I hope you volunteer at the Secretariat. B, the AFIGF Secretariat is hosted by the African Union Commission and supported by United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, UNECA, in accordance with the joint AUC and ECA communique on the Secretariat of the Africa IGF, dated September 3, 2014. It is physically located at the AUC headquarters in Addis Ababa. So as Secretariat, the Secretariat of this forum is located at AUC headquarters in Addis Ababa, but is supported by UNECA, and we want to see more of UNECA here. The roles of the Secretariat. The Secretariat will have the following responsibility. 1, provide administrative, logistic, and organizational support to the MAG, promote the AFIGF activities at global, sub-regional, and national levels, develop strategies on sustaining the AFIGF process and Secretariat in consultation with the AFIGF MAG. 4, develop TORs for hosting the AFIGF event, identifying and following up with potential hosts. We're happy that we already have hosts for 2018 and 2019. Please, can you come and bid for it? 5, announce the nominating committee non-com members during the odd year, like 2017. 2017 is an odd year, so it will be on the odd year that the non-com will be announced. The non-com will go to work and then produce the MAG members, which will be announced in the even year. Okay, thank you. In 6, announce AFIGF MAG composition during the even year. I've explained that. 7, call for expression of interest to host the following year's meeting by any country at the conclusion of each AFIGF. So fortunately, we have had one. By the time we are ending 2018, we would have another one. Develop and maintain active email lists, website, and act as a knowledge management hub of AFIGF's experiences, best practices, innovative ideas, expertise, and resources available at the sub-regional and national IGFs. So that will be our knowledge hub. That is the Secretariat will be our knowledge hub. So 4.5, funding of AFIGF activities. The AUC and UNECA, in accordance with the joint AUC and ECA communique referred to in paragraph 4.4.1b above, shall provide a core budget to fund AFIGF activities. Additionally, or additional financial and in-kind contribution will be mobilized from development partners showing interest in supporting the success and sustainability of annual AFIGF events. B, in addition, an AFIGF support fund, please take note of this, support fund will be created and managed by the Secretariat, sourced from voluntary contribution of African and international organizations, contribution from individuals and businesses, because we want businesses and individuals to contribute, contribution from AFIGF meetings host country, like Egypt contributed enough, and we're hoping that Sudan will contribute more than enough for us next year. Now, section 5 of the charter talks about adoption of the charter. The charter was adopted, because we are going to do that now, adopted by the 6th African IGF on the 6th December 2017 in Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt. List of participants will be at the annex, because we will attach the list of participants who adopted it. Amendments to the charter. Participants to the African IGF may, 1, submit proposal for amendment to the Secretariat. The Secretariat will forward the proposal to AFIGF MAG for review. If found relevant, the AFIGF MAGs will then submit them to the wider forum when we meet for discussion, approval, or rejection, as the case may be. We provided for a transition period. So, this is our transition measures. The working group will support the Secretariat activities until the AFIGF MAG is established. This is, if you look at the footnote there, those are the members. I've already read out the members of the working group. So before I sit down, I want to first appreciate our members, those that call for it, and the support we have received from you, and especially the African Union Commission. They've been as soon as we finished the meeting, he sent us the next bit of it, and we were working as a family. And I had a lot of cooperation with them. But members, this is your charter. I don't know whether anybody has anything to say. If you want to have a comment, fine. You can raise comment. Otherwise, we would call for adoption and the support for the adoption. Yes. Yes, I saw the list of the people. Okay. All right. Yes. Can we give?
Good morning.
Yes.
My name is Kausu from Gambia.
Yes.
Part of the people that coordinated the youth session. Thank you so much, Ma, for that wonderful presentations. So I just have a proposal for the composition of the working group. So I would like to suggest we have a youth rep in the working group before the establishment of the MAC. So that's my proposal. Thank you.
Okay. Aisha. Huh? Aisha. Okay. This is Aisha.
Good morning, everybody.
Yes.
I would like to thank you for all for your effort. And I would like to express my support and adoption to this charter.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you, Asha. We have Michelle. After Michelle, we. Oh, okay. You want to make a comment? You want to make a comment? Okay, please let him make his comment. Um,
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
and thank you for your effort for this wonderful work. First of all, I think that this draft charter should be circulated on the list. Let people think about it, because we just see it now, and then we can adopt it online.
okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your suggestion. We had circulated this draft since September. We have Jameson. We have Jameson. And then, okay, Misha. Is that
Yeah.
Misha?
Should I ask now?
Okay, all right.
Yeah, basically, my issue concerns the MAG composition. Currently, I'm a MAG member at the global IGF. Now I'm looking at a situation whereby, as an African community, we shouldn't take parallel voices to the IGF, to the global IGF. What I mean is, we have members of the global IGF who might not be members of the African IGF. I believe it, in an honorary capacity, members of the global IGF from the African community must automatically be members of the African MAG, African IGF MAG, because I'll take issues which are not in tandem with the African MAG. So it's like we'll be speaking from two fronts. So basically, also the other thing is, like, when the call for adoption, and you've just called like an adoption for the charter. What I'm trying to say is, like, when the global IGF calls for nomination for the MAG members, I think in the interest of working together, there should be some input as well, and support from the African IGF to support those people who will be applying from the African group. The second question is the time when the IGF is held. I believe holding the African IGF so close to the global IGF is somehow a duplication of events, because just next week, Friday, we'll be traveling to Geneva for the global IGF. We've just like come back from the African IGF. So I would propose that, in the interest of harmonizing and doing things in order, we should like hold the African IGF somewhere between August and September. We know the global IGF takes place mostly in November and December, to give time for preparation and other issues. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much for your comment. We asked you to do this comment September, but we are bringing it now. But there's a window for amendment. Thank you very much. We have taken that into consideration. Your comment is well received. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Indeed, the charter has been circulated for quite a while, and I really want to commend the community, for bringing this up, and for all the contribution. Thank you, Madam Mary McCain and Rita, for your efforts. The private sector fully support it. In fact, from the very beginning, when some people were saying, should we have African IGF? Many people opposed, but we said, look, we need to have our own community as well, dialoguing over issue of internet governance, and we supported that we should go ahead. So in the same way, we feel we should go ahead with this charter. The window is there for amendment. We can always do review as time goes on.
Thank you.
So we should go ahead with the adoption.
Thank you. I want Misha. Where's Misha? Can you give Misha then? Okay. Yanli, right? I will put on my.
Merci beaucoup. Je voudrais d'abord.
I would like
Un boulot extraordinaire.
I would like to say that your work is extraordinary. I would like to thank you all for your effort you're doing. I would like also to salute the working group for all of this work you started in September. And Mr. Willa circulated the project or the draft in September. We worked on this project in Cameroon with our collaborators in the region. In fact, you put into consideration the remarks that we presented to you. We supported your work, and we will support always your work. This is for the first time that will be a region that has such and shorter on the internet.
And I want to just give a comment on the, membership of this MAG. And then you mentioned, I think, on somewhere the international organization based in Africa will be member of the MAG. And the IGF is African issue, so why should we involve, international organization to be part of the MAG? And this is one comment. And the other one is with regard to the knowledge we produce every year, and it should be, saved somewhere, and then will be accessible to everybody.
Okay.
So thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. The international organization, they are not members of the MAG. They are observers. Yes.
Thank you very much for the presentation. I would like to express that I am unfortunately not on the mailing list to which this form was subscribed. Okay. And I have a perception that a lot of us, especially the youth, are not on this. So we actually are commenting as seeing the document for the first time. So I do hope that it will be amended going forward. Yes. And then I had a question of clarity. When it comes to the selection of the MAG members, I know you mentioned that NOMCOM. So I wanted to clarify specifically, is the NOMCOM selecting the people getting into the MAG, or should it rather then be a community initiative where we actually nominate members and they write their statement of interest, and at least the NOMCOM can evaluate
you have to get all the continent in the MAG. So we had to find a way in order to have an organ in charge of looking at the multi-stakeholder issue first, to select what may be best for the region, and also to guarantee the necessary rotation to have all people on board. It is clear that, of course, we may have, at a certain time, we may arrive to a kind of rules of procedures to select the NOMCOM. This is a first version of what may be the NOMCOM. It will work to the possible extent, and at a certain time, for sure. And this is already in the document. We will have the opportunity to amend the whole charter according to what will happen in the coming sessions of the African IGF. So I consider that this is a starting point. We have to make it happen, and afterwards, according to the best practices we will have exercised by that time, we may change things accordingly. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Remember, whether you are going to be in the MAG or in the non-corp, it will come from the community. It's not going to come from any other place. And again, there will be a call, and both the non-com and the MAG will develop their working procedures. Yes. So their own working procedures will take into consideration all that we have said. Okay. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you, Mary. My name is Barak Otieno from Kenya. First, I want to commend the team that came up with the document for the good work, and I suggest that we adopt it. I think the fact that we are coming up with it on the 6th IGF is testament of the journey that we've taken. And I also want to say that the 6th IGF is also shows that Africa IGF has come of age. I think the substance of the sessions and the organization shows how far that we've come, at least for those that have participated in the other 5 IGFs. So I propose that we consider its adoption, of course, after giving the community another opportunity as suggested by Tijani, just to go through the charter. This charter is important because most countries that are now implementing their national initiatives will have a reference point.
Yes.
It's been a big challenge because countries have not had anywhere to refer to, but this is a template that we will refer to. And with regard to the nominations, I believe this is a work in progress. Gradually, we can have even stakeholder groups nominate their representatives to the MAG through their respective informal mechanisms that they have created. Thank you.
Mary.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Is there any, if we don't have any other, so somebody, Baraka said we adopt it. Babike.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
My name is Babikir Ibrahim Trabi from Sudan,
Okay.
Ministry of Communication and Information Technology.
Thank you.
First of all, I would like to declare that Sudan will host the next AF-IGF meeting, and I'd like to welcome all of you there in Sudan, and I ask all the people here to adopt this charter. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sudan, for agreeing to host us. I won't wait to get to Sudan. Okay. So
the last one.
Somebody there,
the lady.
There's a lady. Okay. Can you give it to her? Yes.
Thank you very much, presenter of the draft charter, and thank you very much, the working group, for the wonderful work. I'm sure since 2015, we've been working or operating blindly. Now, with the coming of this charter, and with the suggestions from my colleagues, Barack Obama and the colleague from Sudan, I say, sorry, not Barack Obama, but Barack Otieno, but they are brothers. Okay, I think that's it. They are cousins, all right. So I second to adopt the charter to guide the operations of the forum.
Okay. Thank you very much. There's somebody that has been struggling to say something. There. He has not spoken before. Maybe he wants to give us a new.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to speak in French.
I would like to say that I would like to thank you at the beginning for the work, and the charter was circulated, and we contributed to the development of this charter. I wish that this charter be adopted today. Thank you.
Oh, you want to say something?
I want to say something. my name is Jameson Olufuye, Aficta. Someone has moved the motion for
Okay.
it to be adopted. So I would like to second that motion.
Oh, it's seconded, is thirded, is fourthed, is
Oh, okay.
fifthed.
Yeah.
Okay, it's already
So-
done. Thank you very much. Thank you. So, by acclamation, we have adopted the charter as it is open for amendment. Thank you very much. We hand it over to the AUC. Maken, over to you.
Thank you, Mary. Thank also the working group, which has worked tirelessly for the past 2 years. And I just wish to confirm what some of the stakeholders have said, indicating that this charter has been on the public for a long time. In fact, last year in South Africa, it was discussed during the meeting, and since then it was put on the African IGF website, and we worked on it for 1 year, and in September it was circulated for 3 weeks, and we received a lot of comments, and the comments were incorporated, and we incorporated them 2 days ago. Here we worked for the past 2 days to finalize this charter. And also I want to stress for Chennai that we have a lot of youth who contributed in the development of this charter. They worked, they sent comments. And also all the stakeholders group. In fact, there was no stakeholder group missing from the work on this charter. But of course, like in any mailing list, like in any circulation, there is always one person or two or some person missing, because you cannot have a global mailing list. But the charter has been on the website since last year, and it will continue to be there. In fact, now it is available on the website. So I thank all of you for having adopted this charter, which is going to be amended, of course, but it will guide us at least in our work throughout the coming years. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We had a youth in our working group as well. That person that said about the working group, we had Duncan. He was there. I mean, Wisdom. He was even our secretary. Thank you. Thank you very much for cooperating with us. And it's still work in progress. And Africa IGF has come to stay. And we are here